Dazzles or Omni Knights, anyone like that can like just annihilate you in a team fight if they get that. LQ, they have the Daxter. He can probably fight decently well. They need that next core, like an Ursa, would be a great example of someone who could be Surge, someone who could be an Iron Shell, and someone can actually get in here and deal with this TB. And probably a Diffusal Blade Buyer too would be decent.
Ten seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Definitely looks like they need a lot of items to be effective with some of their heroes. It would be like, I feel like they need to buy control for this. I guess then if Ember Spirit's being locked down, either Omni Knight's gonna be healing him from outside or Warlock's gonna be dropping the rock on top. So if VP are picking their fights and rotating around the map around the golems, and LQ can't get any sort of a pressure to force them to fight without those golems. The best reasons though is that they don't have any way to cancel his spin TP unless Solo's gonna like drop the rocks on top of him. I mean, in that case, you're probably just like, okay, well, at least he dumped the rocks, and it's not like Solo's gonna be TPing and blinking on top of you or something like that. You can probably generally play around him for your split push. So I would say the most pressure in this game probably on Blow Your Brain.
Okay. Well, we'll see if he's going to be able to do what his team needs him to do in this one. I remember that there was a really great split pushing Jug game. That you always end up seeing, like the Jug will oftentimes be a part of like the heavy group up and push lineup, but he's also so versatile in that he can have that spin TP, pressing out a lane, Manta, and just send the illusions along, and it really can make a big difference. But I don't know, I'm still, I think that VP is the stronger team as a whole, and I feel like they have a decent enough draft. Pretty good with like particularly Warlock and, you know, the magic damage with Fatal Bonds. That just seems terrifying.
Yeah, seems like they just have a couple too many boxes that LQ are looking to check off, and just being the favored team, I would call it pretty fair to look at their draft net advantage. Probably like 65, maybe even 70%, I would say, after the draft that they take this one. But LQ looking to shock everybody, looking to eliminate Virtus Pro, take them from a def loss, from internet outage, and then right into a perhaps a 2-0 win here from LQ. And then again, at the same time, it's also a best of 3. So
yeah,
can't game number 1. We're just getting started.
30 seconds.
Well, and I'll also mention, and this was something I was thinking about before, this is a team VP that haven't played a ton of matches outside of those big stadium, you know, events, the LAN event wins and things like that. And so maybe a little bit underprepared for this one. They played 17 minutes of a game since ESO won Genting, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, Dota Pit, since Dota Pit. That was the last one.
Yeah.
So all in all, they might be a little bit rusty. There's a good chance that LQ could sneak one away from them.
The battle begins.
I'd say it's pretty fair.
All right.
Not doing it that one.
Bunnock not quite able to get that ward. Also seeing kind of an interesting placement over here of the Observer ward. Is going to give him no vision, but blocks out the camp at least. Q1.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Similarly, Solo going for just some lane vision here for the TV to make his life as easy as possible, as well as one that's very unlikely to get de-warded. Solo starting with 7 tangos, just to make sure that he can really try and bully out Funnick. They don't have that gank squad coming up top as Lil, although we didn't really mention this. Oh, nice play by Lolic as well. He's smoked up and he's going to body block this camp to make sure they can't do the mid pull.
Oh, nice. And they have the ward here, but I don't believe that was spotted as the smoke was in the area. So yeah, really, really good there. Oh no. Is this really gonna happen again? Oh my god.
Place. Oh no.
Oh my god. What? Oh geez. If they get eliminated from the all right, we don't need to talk about it too much because like it's not necessarily the case.
Can't happen.
But
It's just getting warmed up. They're just, working the kinks out of the router. Now the internet has returned. Sweet, sweet internet. Everyone just take a breather, relax. They get a nice draft. Things are gonna be okay. I'm excited to watch a No One Ember. Everyone talking about lately, No One, maybe the best mid in Europe, probably. At least everyone judging him, saying that if there's anyone I don't want to play up against right now, it's No One. A lot of the pros were saying. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
well, you wouldn't mind playing against him now.
Sorry, No One. I didn't mean to talk to you about talk to you. Oh,
yeah.
please
Let's say something about Pasha now. Let's do it.
Yeah, we should
something
talk
good
about
him.
Scandal. Maybe he'll just vanish and we'll get one on each side.
Yeah. God dang. Well, we've talked a lot about the draft. We can keep sort of that discussion going a little bit, just because hopefully we will end up getting a game. One other thing that I was sort of looking at is this is a game that could go for a while. Like, it's not just like the split pushing Juggernaut, but also keeping just the lanes continuously pressed out Juggernaut. And Thunderstrike is decent wave push. You've also got the Ion Shell there. So even if Virtus Pro do end up taking a pretty substantial lead, like I think that you still have to be a little bit concerned about LQ being able to draw at that game and build into single eventually for the Ember.
Yeah, there's also the chance that a lot of these Earth Spirit ganks just go well in the mid lane. He gets a little bit ahead, gets some levels. They get that group up as 5 push that you look for with a OD. And we might not even get into that whole like blink vacuum wall decks here from Funnick. You could just get that early mechanism, the 5-man group up, the use of the aura, and that can just be it, OD is exceptionally powerful at that like 20 to 25 minute mark. I would agree that he's not as powerful as he used to be because of the way that Roche works now. He can't take it as easily because of the fact that number one, he's not usually built into minus armor lineups, and number two, he can't arcane orb Roche anymore. So when you look at their team, not the fastest Roshan potential. It was always that Aegis that you would just slap on top of OD and just 5-man group up, and it was extremely difficult to deal with. But at least Virtus Pro, again, we talk about this Warlock too. Perhaps they can get a couple of objectives down before the Golems are even a factor. And likewise with Pasha, despite being the offlane, like Omnight tends to get a ton of experience. It's very difficult to zone him out, doesn't get the most farms, so they can get the ball rolling before he's like level 8 or 9. But also see a little bit of a better chance here for LQ.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. And it's also something too where you have this disruptor on your team, a hero that is always so much more effective at trying to be aggressive. And particularly if you're a Virtus Pro team that's like TPing back in to try and make a play, like if you're ended up bringing in too many at once, you can just glimpse one away and suddenly it's a 4-on-5 engagement instead of a 5-on-5. So particularly No One might be somewhat susceptible to that. I don't know what this says. Tok eto vasha pauza.
Pauza. I bet that means pause.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh guys,
that's like
international travelers here.
That's like my when I went to Mexico for about a couple weeks exchange, and there were a lot of O's and A's at the end of words that really helped me a lot. It's a pazo, or no, I can't actually remember them now. I'm not.
But they were there. I swear.
They were there. That's right. Oh God, I can't believe this though. This is nuts. All right, here's the thing for me is that even if they don't end up getting like disqualified or whatever by internet issues, the fact that you got disqualified from the previous one, and now you're having these same issues 2 days later, like that's absurd to me.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Hey, all right.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. All right, getting there.
Come on now. Do they play 4-on-5 if they can't? Is that ever a thing?
I don't know. That was possibly the worst era of the DDoS. God, I forgot about 4v5 games.
Did that happen?
Yes, we had a lot of those. They were awful. Oh, they were so bad. I remember someone won a game 4v5 and it was really funny. But it was just, that was a terrible phase in Dota. That was back in the Skype leaks because everyone was getting single person DDoS. So like the whole team was fine, but there was just like one guy who just could not play at that point. And so you'd either have to reload the stand-in. Oh, DDoS-orem. DDoS-orama. It's like a discount or something. It's like a party of DDoSing.
Yeah. DDoS or well, why would it be a party?
Well, I don't know. It sounded like Rama, like Dollarama. I don't know. I kind of picture like a,
okay. Yeah, I'm with
an
you.
exciting store of
DDoS.
DDoS.
Just like a
The old
party
brick and mortar DDoS store.
of ones zeros floating through the air as there's debauchery going on. Great. I love it. Well, in the meantime, oh God, it pains me so much. Solo, no. There's still Skype being used today as well in modern esports. It's the go-to de facto.
It's the go-to.
Oh.
Seems to be how this. You know what it is? It's so much easier to communicate through text. That's the fix we need, guys. Just make the text groups easier. I don't know. Yo, indeed, no one. Yo, I am back. We are happy. Oh,
That's good.
praise. I hope this continues. I would like to watch and cast some Dota, please.
I am with you. 110%. I brewed up all this coffee. It's nice and warm. Excited?
I'm not sure how much of my voice, like, I am, well, might as well, I mean, we're paused anyway. I'm not a Patriots fan at all. In fact, I was cheering for Atlanta. I made my pool bets on Atlanta in terms of, like, our whole group thing.
Yeah.
But, my God, if we were all sitting there, no one there was a Patriots fan. The one Patriots fan had already left because he was going to a different party at that point. And we're all just sitting there, and it's 28-3, and we're just like, you know, it's probably not over. It is Tom Brady. Like, wouldn't it be insane if he actually did it? Like, I mean, it's Tom Brady. And we're just saying, like, no, he's not going to do it. And that guy, he just became a god. Something touched that man. And he went from throwing that ball, like, 3 feet past people to dialing into, like, micro. I lost my shit. We were all, like, standing by the end of that game. Unbelievable. That cemented, man. That's, whew, so...
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Scandal is going to go all Brady on VP's ass today and carry
Absolutely.
LQ into the next round because that was a hell of a performance last night.
For anybody that doesn't know, we're talking about the
Sports ball.
finals for the hand egg tournament that was going on, in case you guys are wondering.
Foosball tournament.
It was great, yeah.
No spinning.
No spinning? I don't know if I'm understanding
foosball?
that. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
It's
I don't know. Is foosball an international thing completely? Like it's
everyone
gotta be,
plays.
right?
I feel like table tennis just completely replaces it everywhere else. Like everyone.
I love table tennis.
Everyone's so good at it. Actually, we had a tournament of that last night too. But I'm not very good at table tennis. And then everyone who I was there with, my brother-in-laws, they're both very good at table tennis.
At the school I went to in the woods, there wasn't any internet allowed, so all we did was play pool and ping pong. So I just like 4 years of like building up forearm strength for just like the ultimate smackdown. It was awesome.
Oh, thank God. Please.
We're ready to go.
Please.
Guys.
Oh, all right.
The vamping skills are real. So the first round of CS is finally going to go, and it looks like
All
they
right,
have
and
been
back
able
to
to
where
block
we
out
were.
the ramp.
Yeah, there it is. But now he has to stay here for another 30 seconds.
Right.
And so Lil, he's just like, all right, guys, what do we do about this? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he'll stick around and not let this happen. Now, what's
He
Lil's
does actually
game
have
plan?
sentry wards, but
Just gonna
that
come over
actually
here and stack this instead. That's a good call.
kind of sucks though because he invested in those sentry wards as well, so that way he'd be able to get the D ward if they tried to take out his ancients. So that's another 200 gold that, well, at least for now, isn't going to be able to pay off for him. As Pasha down bottom takes repel, walks out and away, and they won't be able to get him.
All right, so VP are gonna be for Dota. None of this Rubik shenanigans in the mid lane. No pulling with ancients. They'll just come in to harass Scan instead.
I always feel like it's worth repeating just for anybody that doesn't know. Rubik can pull ancients right here into the mid lane, and then you get a whole wave denied out. So that's what we're talking about in case anybody has been living under a rock as far as Dota 2 is concerned.
Yep, it's good to know. Very handy. You basically pull all 3 lanes right now on both sides with various shenanigans between Pudge and Rubik and all kinds of fun stuff. So one of the great reasons to probably end up seeing a Pudge in at least one of these series today. Whereas Lil makes a little effort here to get to the boundary room. Looks like it'll be successful. Funix busy doing some double lion shell plays between himself and the wave, putting some pressure on the Ramses, and so well, a happy Rubik.
Definitely. Well, it's not been as great as the Ancients, obviously, but they'll get up to level there, and maybe a wraparound here as well to try and deal some damage onto Scandal. He does have Fade Bolt, so not great news.
I think he's camping for the career, hoping it'll just come out. Unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm here anyway, you know? I just might as well try and get something going.
Definitely. Up top, we're seeing Funnick continue to stand in lane. He's actually just going to TP back, and he gets all the creeps as well as he does it. A nice little timing on that. He was able to kill them all off before he got the TP away.
Yeah, and this lets him come back and get a stack off too.
With the 1% master. Gotta love it. Have there been... I remember that for a little while there were a couple of like Dark Seer things where you could pull all the creeps up onto a high ground as well, as he's gonna...
Oh, the vacuum?
Spot outlet. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still do that like over... And I know the Dire one still works. You can like walk in a vacuum. The problem is you need like level 4 vacuum, so that's just not gonna happen. At least at any
Sunlight.
point where it's relevant.
A little bit of trouble. They're gonna pull him back in. Chains connect, trying to run away, but they get the kill. Lil draws it. So a nice rotation in, and be a little bit of a mistake.
It's good. They certainly can't allow Earth Spirit to run rampant over mid. Does still affect Lil. Like, he's only level 2, but we're past the 3-minute mark. He's got his ward up here. He sees the creeps. Time for some Dota 2 shenanigans. And yeah, he got him. 3 out of 4. Not bad. Just wanted to hold it in place for a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is
There's
under
not really a
attack.
great response for this either at this point for the side of LQ. I mean, Scandal's going to be able to head over here and check for the rune, but they aren't really going to be able to stop it. Meanwhile,
Solo's
over the
just
jungle,
like warming up his camp for him.
Yeah.
Solo's been down here punching this for so long, and then no one just comes and takes all the gold.
that's frustrating. Lil also not able to actually kill off many of these Ancients. He's going to be able to get this one here, so a little bit of a way towards his level 4. But Lolik and Sunlight, they want to come and contest if they stick around.
3 points in the Astral. But Lil, he sees Lolik. Ward helping out.
Yeah.
Of course, he's unlikely to play around Invis OD, but seems like what he's up to now should make him survive.
God, this would be a great time to kill no one in the mid lane too, but looks like they're going to head bottom, try and punish this Omni. This is a really tough kill here. No level 6 as of yet, and they're just going to be able to TP out of there. Well, glimpse back, actually get him right on the edge. Oh, and there's not going to be a repel now. Pasha getting that TP a little bit too late, and he'll be punished for it here, it looks like. Think? Maybe? Yeah, okay. He can't get through.
Oh, nicely done to not just, like, I guess, like, keeping your eyes on the play will be a good example there. Of just not like, okay, he repelled TP'd, I'm just going to go do other shit, you know? But Lawless just like, maybe he screwed it up. I'm just going to wait around, and so he did. Not often you actually see level 1 Glimpse do anything, but there you go, guys. Kill secured.
Yeah,
Nice
definitely.
little lane pull here, too.
Well, as far as state of the game goes, you know, I was talking about how much I was expecting Virtus Pro to win out the laning stage. Very much not the case. Like, TB is up on top. Ramses is always going to have a good game. But right now, Omni way behind the Darkseer. You've got mid lane, the OD ahead of the Ember. Is this kind of what you would expect given the lanes and how they worked out?
I think that's about right. TB's just free farming, but so's Darkseer because it's only a Warlock. Can't really do anything. Omni, yeah, I would say he's like pretty much bang on what we were expecting though. Like, Omni had to gain decent experience. Maybe his experience is a little bit lower than he'd like. Not quite level 5 in 6 minutes, but the Spanning Rune will help him get there along with killing this creep. They have committed more of the Earth Spirit down to bottom though than mid, I would say. Like, Sunlight's been down there quite a bit, and his one rotation mid ended up in the death, so that one kill that VP got helping out just to tip this a little bit less into the favor of the OD in the mid lane.
Okay. We're going to see, again, solo Ramses. They pop the Metamorphosis and do very little damage to the tower, but I'd end up being in trouble as we do have the rotation in from Earth Spirit. If they bring one more, this could be something brewing.
At level 4 Iron Shell, so we can get a double going. Surely it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right? Totally. But yeah, I would agree. If they can sneak up Sunlight, although they have this dire ward here, which does currently spot Sunlight. That should keep Ramses just fine.
Yeah. So good decision there to make sure that they just keep their eyes on there in the mid. So yeah, it's looking like it's LQ favored at the start, particularly in terms of experience, but this might end up changing as the game goes on. In your eyes, you talked about the possibility of Darkseer just running the quick mechanism and everybody trying to group up and take fights together early on. Do you like that option, given what the LQ has gotten out of the laning stage still?
Yeah, things look pretty good. Like Lawlick, for example, is level 4, and we level 3, almost level 4 here for Sunlight too. So the supports are doing okay. Lawlick basically just needs to get to level 6, and he will be very relevant in those fights. 7 even better, but 6 will do. Pushing into tier 1s, and Jug, he's fine with that. He's got his phase boots. He's got 3 points in the spin. He's got an Omni Slash. He's just waiting to use on anyone who comes down to his lane. Will vanishes after lifting this dragon. An unhappy dragon there.
He does not look pleased.
No.
Get him. I wish that showcase mode was still working.
Yeah, I'm scared to press it. I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
No, don't do it. You're crazy.
Look at it. It worked. It worked. I could do it. Oh man, he actually is really a pretty unhappy looking dragon.
I mean, you probably would be too if like you're basically getting like force choked here. I think Rubik's like more evil than he lets on. Like no one ever talks about it, but I think it's more of like a force choke. Like he could be a Sith.
Look at him.
He shoots lightning. The fade bolts. Okay. All right. Interesting.
But it's green lightning. Oh no, he messed it up.
Oh, I bet the pause screwed him.
Oh god, the pause, and he was the one that had to pause, right? Oh man.
That sucks.
Well, I mean, he's also pulling mid as Rubik, so I don't have a ton of sympathy.
That's fair.
Oh, Funnick in the top lane has the early point into wall here, just in case they want to try to go for something. Could go for the courier snipe himself, but now it doesn't turn to fight it.
Yeah, that'd be a rough one. Also, that's pretty hilarious courier. It's like haloed kitten carrying a dog. That is something else. Oh, it's just like swooping and swaying.
Oh yeah. So no one in the jungle is catching back up again. Not that he's had a terrible laning stage by any means, but his supports have been able to help him out, getting these stacked up pretty continuously. Pretty unlucky that he got all of these centaur creeps with the cloak aura, and actually gonna take a lot of damage from it.
You see the stack that Sunlight just got? Oh man, he's got a full double stack thanks to that Iron Shell. That is a really nice gift there from Funnick. That's a lot of experience. That was a full level on Sunlight. He went from like 3 and 3 and 3/4 right up to 4 and 3/4. So very happy support there.
How many stacks was it? Was it a 3 stack?
It was just a double, but it was birds and trolls, so very happy.
Right. God, yeah, no one. I mean, it was only a double stack that he took, but he got brought down really low, and forced to bring somebody in to help him out. Gonna go back home. He's not jungling the fastest right now. This Ember Spirit's kind of a frustrating situation.
Sunlight's been off the map for a long time too, so he basically like showed top, then they got that D ward, and now he's a little bit worried. So no one can't go mid under the risk of he'll just get lifted into roll silence and killed. And he'll just use his remnants to try and jungle as fast as he can by moving to the base and back.
Yeah.
Asha has 6 down bottom, but not opting for the Guardian's Angel, not even saving the point, which that's fair. I mean, as long as you aren't close to Jug, you shouldn't ever be able to get glimpsed, so you can just repel as you see it coming.
Oh, what? Up top, they use the wall. Rubik is disconnected.
Okay.
This is really weird. So Sunlight is on top of him right now and has already used a stun. So Ramsey's stunned for, how long is this going to be? Not that long, but the wall is down. Iron Shell on top of Funnick, no. But they have the Iron Shell on Earth Spirit. This might be enough damage. CPing, that's Rubik that's CPing.
Yeah, they still have the vacuum left from Funnick too. They didn't even use it, so this should be a kill. No one's gonna come. He's gonna steering chain the 2, but then he'll still get vacuumed back. And Ramsey's.
And he'll be close.
Oh, he's saving points actually, so he can skill Sunder.
All right. Yeah, this is. If I'm LQ, I'm so frustrated right now. I guess VP as well, but
yeah, I don't think either team's happy with the current situation.
Yeah. plus side for right now for Ramses is that there's not an Ion Shell on top of Funnick as well. So it's not going to be the easiest kill in the world. Maybe with like one extra punch too, he ends up going down. We'll see if he's able to get the Sunder off or if Vacuum can interrupt it in time.
Yeah, a lot of it coming down to no one and how he times these Searing Chains. But he's a ton of damage but pumping on top of them right now.
We'd also see Disruptor who's TPing back up to the top lane as well.
A battle is a brewing.
Yeah.
Only 1-1 as well. So we come 9 minutes in. And both teams kind of abusing the jungle more so than each other.
Well, and I think that also with Sunlight, he's going to be tanky enough that he probably won't be brought down super quickly. Same with Darkseer, like with the buckler that they're about to pop. So if this fight does break out a little bit longer and Jug also decides to come, he's got that Omni Slash for the turnaround and the spin. It could be a dangerous situation. You mentioned it already, Omni Knight, no Guardian Angel. So a lot's going to come down to what happens with Ramses and if he dies right here.
Oh, 1 and a 2 back. Okay.
It's like
We're
the
getting there.
worst thing ever. This is so
Yeah.
bad. Oh,
Really sucks. Oh, and he hasn't silenced yet either. But it's only 2.5 seconds. It's going to be close.
2.5 seconds should be enough. Also, that's extra damage, right? So that's what? Gonna be an extra 50 damage on top of that?
Not much, but yeah.
So Ion Shell, 90 damage per second. So that's going to be in 1 second, 140 damage, plus a couple right clicks and a vacuum.
Now, if this was What the Horse, what would happen? Like, what would be the ridiculous thing that could happen here? And if there was a neutral camp, that's what I would say. I would say there'd be like a Satyr runs out and gets an overkill. That would be very What the Horse, but...
Yeah.
The Courier, no. Maybe like the Shiba Inu comes back or something.
I think it would have to be... It would have to do something to do with like disconnects, like.
Oh well, we have that.
Exactly. That's we're already there.
No one remnants directly behind him and just shoots 3 remnants at his feet and misses. That would be pretty What the Horse. Oh, woe is me. It's the worst.
This could be really tough. Because also you still can't buy items for people that are disconnected, right?
In private lobbies, you should be able to, I think.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez.
Oh, not Omni too.
It's all gone wrong. VP, fix your shit. God.
This is brutal. How do you just... Oh. Have they, like, even been scrimming? The hell, guys? What's going on?
Oh, God.
Oh.
It is very strange to me. Like, that's the thing. Like, are they just not playing Dota, or how do they get along when they're like regular lives with this?
How did they avert Dark Moon if they kept disconnecting? I guess you have unlimited pauses in that mode. Maybe that's what they were expecting.
No.
Ready. Pasha's
without
not there.
Omni? You don't need Pasha? Okay. All right, they're going. No Pasha. We'll see how this ends up working out. Ramsey's going to get pulled back in. They get the silence. That's a kill. Remnant forward connects onto 2, and Funnick going to be able to surge away. And now also no one in some trouble. They bring in Scandal. He's going to end up going down, possibly.
He's like,
In the
oh
bottom lane,
shit,
Pasha's
never mind.
just chilling.
My Omni's not here, and he should have TP'd in, and he'd be in this fight right now, and my Rubik's not moving
Did they
yet.
just not realize that Pasha wasn't there? Is that really what happened?
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
All right, VP.
It's been a great morning, guys. I hope you enjoyed getting up for this. Something tells me that we might not be finishing this series, my friend. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news.
They're all back, guys. Gotta believe. You gotta dream. Don't let your dreams not be dreams, or whatever that ends up working. Scandal, no Say's Eclipse. He's gonna still case down no one. He doesn't have any remnants left. What the fuck? Will! VP! How are you gonna question mark right now, Solo? What is that?
Nah, that's a wall. Don't mess with
You don't get to question mark that. All right. Well, Pasha shows up now. He is going to end up getting caught now in the Astral. Was that actually on a creep, it looked like? It wasn't on anybody, so not able to save his buddy.
I really hope we can just watch some Dota. That would be grand. I know it's a lot to ask, but that's all I came for. Please. All right, so we're back. 3-2, 1 kill one way, 2 kills the other way. No rotation for Blow Your Brain. He's still the most farmed person in the game, still holding on to an Omni Slash. They don't cement any sort of position in the top lane, so no tower push, but Pasha's been rotated up top. So Ramses comes bottom to help deal with Blow Your Brain, pull the wave with his little illusion here. And maybe slow down the general push here from Blow Your Brain.
Yeah, they got to figure out something, that's for sure. And well, no one's still taking a good bit of damage here in the mid lane. Needs to be real careful. OD gets 9. He could just pop ulti on no one and kill him, I think. He's got a lot of missing in.
Yeah, he's gonna be careful again. And as well, Sunlight once more, not in vision, not sure where he is. Plants a ward down here, and we'll start getting ready to make a push in the top lane more than likely. Make a rotation up. So they're gonna go for a kill on to Blow Your Brain. He has spin, he has Omni. It's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, this feels pretty bold. There's the Remnant forward. Chains immediately gonna spin away. He actually has already used the chains now and gonna glimpse away Pasha. There's the repel, so VP maybe sensing that there's some problems with their internet and they want to finish the game quickly.
Yeah, it's the go call with Solo at level 6. And they're bringing everyone bottom, so no split push top.
Oh god, they have magnetized. They can go in on this. They need to be real careful. Vacuum wall onto 3, a big combination. Disruptor ulti down, the silence onto 2. They do break it up though. Solo doing a lot with his ultimate, and they end up getting the Thunder up as well. Blow Your Brain needs to get out of here. They're gonna be able to bring down that Juggernaut, having already lost only the Omni Knight, but now Scandal has shown up. He doesn't have Sanity's Eclipse used or leveled, but they do find that kill onto Ramses, and now chasing down Solo. This might be enough to find the kill onto him. Pretty freaking swift, and Sunlight does Lil have a way out? He doesn't have a TP for 13 seconds. If he's not careful, he might go down as well. They're not going to know, though.
Unless they scan or something, but... Oh,
ooh.
Ping, Lil. What's up with the Iron Shell? This would be a nice play.
They go back in. There's the Astral. He drops it. Oh, not enough damage to kill off Lil. But Lil takes a lot.
That's pretty scary. I think he had that magic wand for the stats.
Omni? All right, there's Guardian Angel and Repel, but Blow Your Brain has spin in just a second once Repel wears off, and that's going to be 1 kill. Maybe? Oh, no. Not enough. For a very passive early start, Blow Your Brain now in some trouble as well. He has 3 points in the healing ward, though, so should escape.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's looking for his own little group up. 3 points early in the healing ward. Not too concerned about his overall crits or anything like that. All right, more Dota to go here. Excellent. So kind of similar to the top fight, just generally even trades, but overall Radiant looking pretty strong. It's a little bit of a gap between the 4th and 5th most farmed in terms of both teams. Like you look at the Pasha versus Solo, quite rich, up in the 3Ks, shockingly close to no one, who again was definitely given a rough lane. You can tell just by the way they went to this TV pick that a lot of the focus would be on Ramses coming out of the side of VP. They would just be thinking, okay man, you got to get a lot of farm because our Emperor's gonna have a hard time getting Veil bots this game.
Solo over here in some trouble, although Lil shows up as well. They dropped the vacuum wall again. Funnick most of it, and it looks like he is going to need to head out of there, surge back up in a second if he wants to go forward, and is going to use it. Stun, he is going to walk away, but still in some trouble. Pops the mech, trying to TP, not going to happen. Bring him down. And they can farm the wall if they want to, but doesn't look like they're going to do it.
Oh, well, Lil's kind of up to it. He's farming a couple of them. Get back here. Give me that money. There you go, 10 gold. Yeah, nice steal on the Iron Shell as well. He had a chance to steal wall, and he was just like, no. Gonna keep this Iron Shell from my Ember comes in. Oh, Lolic!
Lolic going in for it. Tries to take down Lil. Not gonna happen. All right, Lolic, we need to talk. There's some issues right there.
I guess he didn't know Pasha was there, maybe, or something, or he just didn't see him. Pasha very happy to get another kill onto his belt, though, because he's heading in towards that Midas. This lovely item on Omni Knight. Plenty and plenty of levels. Did OD ever end up finishing his? He did. You know, see it queued up like the start of the game, so he was indeed a Midas buyer, and now has a staff coming out here into Yasha for Blow Your Brain.
Kind of a very farmed dual core here at the start. And actually, honestly, Darkseer is pretty up there as well. So I do still feel like right now LQ are perhaps the ones in the lead. I don't know, what's your read on the game and how it's working out so far?
Yeah, I would agree. Especially once the golems go down. Then if they don't, like VV need to get a lot of these golems. It has to be a good fight, because if they screw up with golems, then the game gets very hard for them.
And the solo build, no fatal bonds, just maxing out the upheaval. What do you think about this build?
Radiant's bottom tower is
This is
under
the
attack.
in case I disconnect build, because then he'll
Okay.
just still be sitting there channeling. It's the genius behind it. Solo goes on a whole other level with the skill builds. As well as the fact that they're like pressuring into these 5-man tower situations. So if he's back here, the reach that they have is essentially Sunlight would be the one who would be looking to cancel it. Although theoretically you could glimpse, you're probably gonna have to save that for the Ember Spirit. So it's not bad from Solo. Maybe it just feels like he won't get in range to get good chains off anyway.
Yeah. All right, well, Tier 1 towers still standing all around the map except for up in the top lane for Radiant, which is perhaps a little bit surprising. Darkseer also is going to be alone over here and actually is going to end up grouping up now. So good decision. They're going to show back up, push down this tower, and we'll have to see what VP's reaction is going to be.
Yeah, currently Solo with no TP. Oh, they have no pause time. Admin, press button, please.
This is going to... Yeah, this is going to end up being in just a second here, I'm sure.
All right, well, that's good. Quick reconnect. Go. There we go. Oh, Solo's
All right.
as well. Yeah, Solo doesn't have a TP, so he won't be down here at this tower. Done for sure.
Tower has fallen.
Not gonna keep pressuring though. Mid lane, the next big target, trying to open up that
Radiant's
dire
middle
side jungle.
tower is under attack.
Could also head top if they wanted, but just 5-man tier 1s. Not too shocking here. Get the most value out of this mechanism as possible, and once again, try and force out these golems. Force down that F9 button here.
It's been a while since I've face palmed in a cast, honestly.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've had to deal with this. It sucks. Sucks they're getting DDoSed.
I think they might be asking him right now if LQ want to use their pause time.
So not okay. Ugh. Should just go. Button.
Oh, it looks like Terrorblade is back in.
It's like whack-a-mole. Just like one comes up and then bam, there goes no one. And he reconnects and oh, there goes Lil.
Yeah. Can't believe this.
Oh, Lil has a blink dagger. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, man, it's not in his inventory yet, but it could end up making a difference. Actually, and if they do fight here, they need to wait for... What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh. No. Just no.
Oh, this is painful. All right.
It's all good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on.
Look at
Like-
Ramsey's in solo right now, dude.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What? I'm missing something.
Look at Ramsey's in solo. They're just sitting there. They're DC'd. They're just like sitting in this neutral camp. Oh. Oh.
Oh, you gotta admit that there's definitely some like comedy factor to this as well. There's in every tragedy there's some spark of comedy, and this is for sure a tragedy.
Oh God. Can't believe we're only 16 minutes in. We started an hour ago.
Well,
Woo.
these are the things that happen, ladies and gents. And you know what? At the end of the day, here there's Dota 2 heroes that are on the screen. Life will go on. It's all gonna be okay. We'll take a collective deep breath,
No.
let it out, and we'll think
refuse.
about
I'm gonna hold on to my
Omni Knight.
anger.
that Omni Knight actually has 4,000 net worth, which is kind of surprising given how this game has gone. And he's, shoring up for the late game now, going to go back for a hand of Midas. Kind of a cool amount that Pasha's been able to get out of that.
An okay time in his lane down there. As he's missing some last hits here. Maybe, what do they have? No, yeah, no, someone's just gone.
Yeah.
I do see 2 heroes top, so he should definitely be hitting creeps if he is at his keyboard.
Yeah. I guess the bigger thing, I was thinking like the Omni Knight, you know, he's been able to get a lot, but really I guess the more impressive thing has been Lil, like you were talking about the Blink Dagger already there for him.
Oh my god. I can't even right now, dude. I can't. I'm sorry. What? They're just vanishing. No, we don't. Yeah, well, I can't. That dude, there's 4 heroes gone. Someone press the F9 button. Please. I'm like, all right. Well, how are you guys doing? You guys, all right, well, there's all 5. So there's the systematic GG right there.
Pretty much. Well, I think that, so what's the answer here? What's the big answer for Virtus Pro? Like, you're a team, you go to LANs, you compete on the largest stage in the world, but then you go back and you can't. Do you have to buy a new team house from your organization? Or I guess this is getting into maybe like the politics of esports, which isn't something that either of us are well versed in, but it seems like that's just sort of insanity.
Yeah, they gotta do something, because
It sure as hell ain't working.
no, this is not okay. They obviously are not at a place with a stable connection, which has been proven the past couple series they have attempted. It's just like, it's just no way. Especially when you're playing with like, you're playing with a Rubik and Omni Knight and Ember Spirit and a Terrorblade. Like, at least, yeah, solo, he can just like press R, hit that button, but any sort of a problem and all of these other abilities, you just become useless. Like,
Yeah.
Omni Knight not getting off that perfectly timed heal. It's just, even if they're here, any sort of disconnects are just going to ruin every single fight. So unlikely they're able to win this game with this kind of a thing going on.
Yeah. But not to mention the rest of the tournament. Like, LQ is arguably one of the weakest teams in the entire tournament. And I mean, no offense to LQ, but it's just the fact. Like, they haven't been able to put up the results as much. They're kind of more of a stack-oriented team as opposed to like a organization that's been playing together a ton. And so, to me at least, it feels like if you're having these types of issues, and even if you're playing at your best, it's going to be tough.
Well, I certainly hope this isn't the best. I don't know. Are they just gonna like run down mid? That would be my solution right now. VP. You know what,
Yeah.
guys? Let's just not stop fighting.
I think that's what they're trying to do. Oh, they glimpse it back. Now, Lolik, he drops the ulti down on top of Ramses, but I don't know if they're going to actually have the follow-up for this one. Scandal there in front of Funix. Solo there as well. They're able to get a really good ulti off and vacuum wall. The damage being dealt out onto VP as they are going to try and go for the chase. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it, though. Guardian Angel comes out. This is looking terrible for LQ. They do have the save from Scandal, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He has a Force Staff as well, needs to back out and away, and Funix is going to end up going down. Wow.
Amazing what you can do with 5 heroes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, down mid we go. This is the solution.
Done. It's just, we don't want this game to go any longer. They steal
the
healing
healing
word
word.
as well. Oh wow, that's really great.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I think that LQ realized what's happening. They don't have Disruptor ulti though.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, got him. Comes back. Be okay with the repel.
God, Blow Your Brain taking a lot of damage from those illusions as well. It's gonna back out. So, well, VP in a huge fight in the mid lane end up swinging this very heavily into their favor now. But 1,000 gold lead and almost 3,000 experience. It's 2 towers.
Yeah, we pretty much got to see everything there in terms of what we expect from this lineup, right? If the Omni Knight's not silenced, it just makes your initiation useless. They blew everything there. And just pop some spells, presses some heals, it's Guardian Angel. And it's very difficult for Blow Your Brain to get too much damage out there. And then Scandal as well, man, he just got run down with those TV illusions. Metamorphosis really chewing right through him. Not even able to create the gap there with the Force Staff, but Almost into a Dragonlance for himself, so he'll be a little bit happier. Funnick, his Blink Dagger, probably the next big item that'll be coming up here for the Radiant side. And we talked about Lil's Blink Dagger, Sunlight having his too, so he can make a pretty big difference in some of these team fights. But Observer Ward spotting this smoke.
Is under attack.
See if that was noticed here by someone like Lil. I'm gonna judge by the fact where no one just went, they did see it. They'll probably group up maybe for a counter smoke. They have 40 more seconds till the golems are back up though, so we'll likely be waiting on that as well as Guardian Angel. Good little synchronized cooldowns here.
Oh, damn. They're walking in. They want to take this fight. Ramses, he knows they're up there. They don't hit the chains. They're going to glimpse back Ramses. So in a little bit of trouble. They get the repel off onto him. So now back away. They get a vacuum ball onto 2. That's going to be able to control all of them. A ton of damage coming out. Maybe? No, they don't want to go for it. They're not going to chase. Sunlight also in some trouble now. They don't have a way out of this. LQ, despite the early great start, are now just bleeding away kills here.
An aggressive play, spot out thanks to that good ward. Yeah, we're ready. So big cooldowns not need to be used by them. They can easily grow up this 5 now as Lil gets in a little bit late on the shrine in there, but can now look to group up, use this Warlock ulti, and try and take another big objective.
Yeah.
And Morphosis available here too this time.
It does feel like there's sort of these moments for LQ where you want them to make these plays and sort of like go for a fight, but not everybody is on the same page, and because of that, it's really ended up coming back to hurt them a ton. They did drop down this ward, so they're going to be able to spot out everything around here, as it looks like Solo. Yeah, Blow Your Brain's just going to back out. They could think about omniing Solo.
Now this time though, we are being actually set up at a tower, so Sunlight with that Blink Dagger can have a better opportunity to try and find out someone like at Omni Knight. See if he can silence that Pasha and stop him from getting those big combos up. If he can blink to the back lines and deal with Pasha while Funnick finds everyone else's big vacuum, I haven't seen one of these fights swinging massively in favor of LQ, but now that's a dead tower. That's Ramsey, Soulman, Morphosis. They don't know how much longer their internet's gonna last, so let's hit some buildings.
This is a scary moment. Like you said, they need to be able to find Solo, but he's smoked up in the back, so they're not going to be able to get eyes on him.
Oh, smart play by, look at this. The 2 most important guys in the team fight just smoked up in the back.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
This is scary. Quite scary. Ramsey's going to take a couple pot shots to the face. Pops his Manta style, turns, Scandal backing out and away. They have Shrine. They're going to heal back up and be able to go in on this again if they want to. Funnick, Blink Dagger done. Just waiting for that opening, and the Static Storm also available. He careful about this. Little is there to break the smoke. This is really good, but they're not going to be able to find him, it looks like.
Right.
He's just going to back.
Nicely done. Metamorphosis starting to wind down anyway. Just get yourselves out. Make sure that while you're retreating, you still have it to fight, and it's not like you're going to clean up Arax in that time period. So they still have their big ultis to fight with, and LQ will try and make use of the smoke anyway. Oh, maybe onto Lil. This is an okay pick.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Silence comes down as well. Don't need to drop any big ultis. Vacuum back, a couple punches to the dome, and that is a dead Lil, and some nice momentum going back into their favor.
Yeah, again though, now as the Radiant are approaching into Warlock ulti, still rather scary. And that max upheaval.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Not to be underestimated. It's pretty freaking effective, and oh, Blow Your Brain just gonna keep on going, hitting away on the tier 2, and the rest of Virtus Pro not really wanting to respond to this.
Middle tower has fallen.
Back they go. Okay, so will they try their luck at Roche? They also have all their ultis. They're gonna go for it.
He's gonna have a medallion coming out to him as well. It's just a little bit behind before he has it.
The Manta, Blow Your Brain doing enough damage here. Not too much of a problem. Iron Shell helping out as well.
Oh, they were all like just stuck there for a little while. Okay, I was wondering why they weren't moving too much again. Know the answer.
Yep.
And also Lil not moving inside his own base either. That definitely felt like it could have been a very easy contest for them, particularly with Warlock ulti. Just wanting to go for it.
It's kind of a dream scenario. Radiant, I guess they do have an observer, so they were well prepped. But as long as they just see Solo sitting mid, then this is certainly their Roche just head on into. Oh, we've seen a couple Terrorblade games. I think yesterday we were talking about just how nice that hero's been.
Mm-hmm.
He's been winning plenty. It's a great pick near the end of the draft. Teams just not picking him early just because I think, you know, you start to look. You want him when you don't feel like he's going to be killed in lane. Like, as long as he can just be getting up into that early farm, you essentially guarantee there won't be a tri-lane. Like, Disruptor, Earth Spirit, no, exactly, tri-lane supports. So, unlikely to be able to get any sort of big pressure coming through.
Seeing that, you know, I kind of feel like this hero is going to be even more and more successful. You talked about yesterday the Elder Titan, how he's kind of fallen out of the meta, but also as far as Terrorblade's concerned, like I think he's got a pretty decent talent tree. You know, all of the stats cooldown and then the minus 30-second Sunder cooldown. This is a hero that will get 25 consistently. So unless we see like ET come back into the meta or other changes that end up heavily affecting illusion-based heroes, he still seems incredibly strong.
That's true. That's also a important thing to consider with this hero. I was reading through some of those changes yesterday, actually, just going back over it. That was crazy. Think of how much illusions used to do in terms of, like, no wonder we had that whole meta. Shadow Demon and Naga, just, it's crazy how effective it still is with like Luna, and it's down to what, 30% now, I believe it is, instead of like the 50% that it was at. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Ramses, he's pretty statted up right now. Dragonlance, Ultimate Orb, Mance style.
Yeah, he is. I think going to. What do you think about like just sort of the CIS region as a whole? Are you expecting big things from him coming around in the Kiev major? I feel like Ramses to me is one of those players that could really shine.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ramses and no one. The biggest thing, like, I think all of VP has looked good. I don't think there's any reason to start thinking about like shuffles or anything like that. But what I would say is that the pool of CIS is going to get bigger. Like, there's going to be better teams and better players, and therefore, when the next shuffle does happen, you can upgrade your squads too. Not to diss any individual players on VP or anything like that, but it's just the whole idea of there just being this bigger pool of talent motivates everyone in the region. It's not just like, okay, well, I'm sitting comfortably on this team. There's no one here who's gonna be better than me. You know, if there's that one guy who comes out and he's amazing on all these crazy position 4s, you gotta start worrying about your job. You know?
Yeah.
Can't rest on your laurels these days. Can't just be some old school players. All that
Totally.
new blood coming in.
Well, and the other thing I was thinking about is like, you compare it to what happens in other regions as well, and you do get some people that will just end up like transfer regions entirely. And we saw that with Rezo. You know, Resolution, he ends up leaving, heads on over to DC. They make a team built around a bunch of Euros and an NA guy, and they end up performing really well. And then you also see the same thing in C now. Abed going over and joining a North American organization or North American group buddies who are playing together, and it's kind of cool to see the melding of the scenes. Scandal, always the good guy. I really don't think that they should, though, at this point. Like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but
yeah, I guess we should clarify for everyone. So basically, if you're, I don't know if you're just tuning in or you've been watching the whole time, it's still kind of confusing, but LQ have agreed to use all of their time to allow VP to try and get back into the game. So they're basically using their reserved pause time to allow VP to try and play, which is very admirable and noble and should probably be against the rules, but that's just the stupid caster's opinion. But anyway, they have agreed to do that. VP, their management, also tweeting that the internet has been fine in the team house, and other than DDoS, they have no explanation and no idea what else could be happening. Scrims and stuff have been fine, it seems, but it's only during these officials where they're being targeted. So, really shitty situation. But
taking it. It looks like, I believe admins are probably talking in the background right now to they need to do if there is an over 5 minutes pause time. But I mean, the thing about it that really sucks is that even if they do give them all the pause time in the world, the match is still tainted because of these things, like the fact that this Roshan is happening right now. You know, you're
1% on a Yeah, we saw that, Fuddick. I saw that.
1%. That's great.
Raffle.
Great. So that's the thing, is that if you have a team like VP who are going in and they can't even perform at their maximum levels, then they kind of just lose the game anyways, and it's not really a fair competition anyways. So kind of whack sauce, kind of poopy, not what you want to have happen. Obviously this stuff wouldn't end up happening on LAN events, but these online qualifiers, it can be an issue. And for all you hopeful Dota 2 players out there, at some point in time, make sure you protect your IP.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Not the way I wanted this lovely morning of CIS Dota to go. That is for certain. Plus, we still have game number 2 to go through, guys. We get to go through all of this again. Don't think it's over. But wait, there's more. Hope you've readied a nice playlist. I know DJ Lyrical's on the case. Yeah, that's right. That's... Whew, don't go anywhere. Shout out threads, classic. I was thinking about flame threads the other day. I was actually thinking, you know how you think back in life to these like super embarrassing moments and you just like relive them in your head? They're like super painful and stuff like that. I was thinking about this one time where I totally deserved a mega flame thread and I didn't get it. I was thinking about like, I was like self cringing as to how I just like made a really bad comment in a game. And I like in the game was like, ooh, that's probably not exactly what he meant, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, it was good, but I didn't get the flame thread, so shout out to you guys not paying enough attention to me. Not worthy of a flame thread, just where I want to be. That perfect middle ground. No shoutouts, no flames. Just keep it even keel, boys. Yeah. The moles have been whacked. Across 2 best of 3s. Dota. Nope. Yes, I am also hoping for that, as we still haven't had no leave call quite called here from the admin, but I'm sure it's coming in just a moment. Yep, 22 minutes. Great ratio so far. Game played. Sounds about right.
This is going to mean, as far as
Mega Effect, Team Spirit. I think some of the biggest ones to definitely be watching out for. I've been very impressed with their play so far, so I'm looking forward to getting to watch some Dodo.
All right, well.
Okay, that's it. Oh, play those tunes, man. Get some music pumping. Save us. All right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Dazzles or Omni Knights, anyone like that can like just annihilate you in a team fight if they get that. LQ, they have the Darkseer. He can probably fight decently well. They need that next core, like an Ursa, would have been a great example of someone who could be Surge, someone who could be an Iron Shell, and someone can actually get in here and deal with this TB. And probably a Diffusal Blade Buyer too would be decent.
Ten seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Definitely looks like they need a lot of items to be effective with some of their heroes. It would be like, I feel like they need to buy control for this. I guess then if Ember Spirit's being locked down, either Omni Knight's gonna be healing him from outside or Warlock's gonna be dropping the rock on top. So if VP are picking their fights and rotating around the map around the golems, and LQ can't get any sort of a pressure to force them to fight without those golems. The best reasons though is that they don't have any way to cancel his spin TP unless Solo's gonna like drop the rocks on top of him. I mean, in that case, you're probably just like, okay, well, at least he dumped the rocks, and it's not like Solo's gonna be TPing and blinking on top of you or something like that. You can probably generally play around him for your split push. So I would say the most pressure in this game probably on Blow Your Brain.
Okay. Well, we'll see if he's going to be able to do what his team needs him to do in this one. I remember that there was a really great split pushing Jug game. That you always end up seeing, like the Jug will oftentimes be a part of like the heavy group up and push lineup, but he's also so versatile in that he can have that spin TP, pressing out a lane, Manta, and just send the illusions along, and it really can make a big difference. But I don't know, I'm still, I think that VP is the stronger team as a whole, and I feel like they have a decent enough draft. Pretty good with like particularly Warlock and, you know, the magic damage with Fatal Bonds. That just seems terrifying.
Yeah, seems like they just have a couple too many boxes that LQ are looking to check off, and just being the favored team, I would call it pretty fair to look at their draft net advantage. Probably like 65, maybe even 70%, I would say, after the draft that they take this one. But LQ looking to shock everybody, looking to eliminate Virtus Pro, take them from a def loss, from internet outage, and then right into a perhaps a 2-0 here from LQ. And then again, at the same time, it's also a best of 3. So
yeah,
can't game number 1. We're just getting started.
30 seconds.
Well, and I'll also mention, and this was something I was thinking about before, this is a team VP that haven't played a ton of matches outside of those big stadium, you know, events, the LAN event wins and things like that. And so maybe a little bit underprepared for this one. They played 17 minutes of a game since ESL won Genting, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, Dota Pit, since Dota Pit. That was the last one.
Yeah.
So all in all, they might be a little bit rusty. There's a good chance that LQ could sneak one away from them.
The battle begins.
I'd say it's pretty fair.
All right.
Not doing it that one.
Bunnock not quite able to get that ward. Also seeing kind of an interesting placement over here of the Observer ward. Is going to give him no vision, but blocks out the camp at least.
Play up against right now, it's no one. A lot of the pros were saying. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, you wouldn't mind playing against him now.
Sorry, no one. I didn't mean to talk to you about Oh,
yeah,
oh,
let's say something about Pasha now. Let's do it.
Yeah, we
Say
can
something
talk
good
about
him.
Scandal. Maybe he'll just vanish and we'll get one on each side.
Yeah. God dang. Well, we've talked a lot about the draft. We can keep sort of that discussion going a little bit, just because hopefully we will end up getting a game. One other thing that I was sort of looking at is this is a game that could go for a while. Like for it's not just like the split pushing Juggernaut, but also keeping just the lanes continuously pressed out Juggernaut. And Thunderstrike is decent wave push. You've also got the Ion Shell there. So even if Virtus Pro do end up taking a pretty substantial lead, like I think that you still have to be a little bit concerned about LQ being able to draw out that game and build into single eventually for the Ember.
Yeah, there's also the chance that a lot of these Earth Spirit ganks just go well in the mid lane. He gets a little bit ahead, gets some levels. They get that group up as 5 push that you look for with a OD. And we might not even get into that whole like blink vacuum wall decks here from Funnick. You could just get that early mechanism, the 5-man group up, the use of the aura, and that can just be it, you know. OD is exceptional.
You won.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Similarly, Solo going for just some lane vision here for the TV to make his life as easy as possible, as well as one that's very unlikely to get dewarded. Solo starting with 7 tangos, just to make sure that he can really try and bully out Funnick. They don't have that gank squad coming up top as Lil, although we didn't really mention this. Oh, nice play by Lolok as well. He's smoked up and he's going to body block this camp to make sure they can't do the mid pull.
Oh, nice. And they have the ward here, but I don't believe that was spotted as the smoke was in the area. So yeah, really, really good there. Oh no. Is this really gonna happen again? Oh my god.
Place. Oh no.
Oh my god. What? Oh geez. If they get eliminated from the turn, all right, we don't need to talk about it too much because like it's not necessarily the case.
It can't happen.
But
He's just getting warmed up. They're just, you know, working the kinks out of the router. You know, now the internet has returned. Sweet, sweet internet. Everyone just take a breather, relax. They get a nice draft. Things are gonna be okay. See, I'm excited to watch a No One Ember. Everyone talking about lately, No One, maybe the best mid in Europe, probably. At least everyone judging him, saying that if the same way I don't want to play